Hello everyone, Semi-Retired Bob here. I went from this to this in just a little under 7 months. Stick around to find out how. Hello everyone, Semi-Retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Go ahead and say hello in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. Because I see 6 of you in here already. We have a new channel member, Warren. Welcome to the tribe, Warren. I'm glad you're here. But yeah, say hello in the comments. Let me know you can hear me. And I do have a question. Has anybody, because I notice on everybody else's live streams, I see so-and-so's going live in 30 minutes, and so-and-so is, going live in 30 minutes, and then now he's going live. Are you guys getting those notifications? Because I can't find a setting to make those happen, so I'm hoping they happen automatically. Allison, welcome to a live. I'm glad you finally made it on time, but I am glad you're here. We got here, Jen says, hi there, Bob. Can hear you loud and clear. Perfect. Excellent. DVD VNO. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that, but hello. How are you today? And John says, coming in loud and clear. Good. I'm glad everybody can hear me. Tom, my very first channel member, has made it to a live stream. Hello, Tom. I am glad you are here. Yes, indeed. Everybody say hi to Tom, because he will forever have the distinction of being my very first channel member. And Marilyn says that yes, she gets those notifications. Good. I'm glad that's happening, because I just don't have any idea how to. I couldn't find any kind of a thing. I finally figured out how to turn on the live chat so that it saves along with the video so that people can see the live chat when they replay the live stream. But I had first, never had just found that this last week. And Allison says her first notification came today. And also got the live in 30. Good. I'm glad everybody's getting those, because, like I said, I had no idea how to do it. Wow, we're up to 17 already. That's pretty exciting. We're only 3.5 minutes into this thing. Pat Ramirez says hello. Hello, Pat. I'm glad you're here. And then, of course, everybody's saying hello to Tom. And yes, Pat got a notification. And everyone's saying hello to Tom. So I hope everybody's had a great day. I finally got out to get a little walk in today. The last 2.5 days have been really cold and rainy. And as you'll see in tomorrow's video when it comes out, I'm wearing my heavy blue coat and my hat, because it's only up to, it did get up to 50 today, but it's certainly not been warm at all here. And it's been low to mid 40s and raining for 2.5 days, and my joints have really felt it. So I'm ready for it to be over for a bit. According to the long range forecast, it's supposed to get cold tonight, down to about 20, 22 degrees, somewhere in there, which is really cold for North Carolina. But then it's supposed to slowly start warming up and be sunny for 4 or 5 days. And they're maybe talking about even hitting 70 degrees on Wednesday, which will be a nice welcome change for me. There's a lot going on here around the church today, because starting tomorrow is our missions conference. And what a missions conference is when all of the missionaries that we support send letters in, but then the 4 new ones that we are considering to support for this year are all here in town. They're going to go out knocking on some doors with us tomorrow morning. We're having an around the world banquet tomorrow night. I, of course, am eating before I go. But they want, as many people there as they can. Basically, for all of the places we send missionaries, they have different people preparing foods from those areas around the world. So that ought to be pretty good. I may take a little taste of something here and there, but I'm certainly not going to eat even a quarter of a plate full of stuff. I'm talking about maybe a bite or two just to see what the spicing is like in certain places. But I plan on eating big before I go, so I'm not hungry. I got a big roast in the freezer that I'm going to get out and thaw it out. And tonight, I'm having a little sneak peek. If you tune into tomorrow's video and stay till the end, I might be showing you how I actually cook my stew meat to make it turn out almost like sirloin tips. Um, so just a little preview of tomorrow's video. Oh, we got some more people coming in here. Sunny? Are you pronouncing that Sunny or Sunny? Hi, Bob. Thanks for being such an inspiration. I want to thank each and every one of you for being an inspiration to me, because without you guys out there making comments on my videos and watching my videos, I probably would have given up on this walking dream of mine months ago. But now I'm out there every day, unless it's 35 degrees and raining, and I could go out and walk in that kind of stuff, and I'm going to later down the line. But right now, as I was explaining to somebody that made a comment on my video saying that 35 and raining isn't really that cold, and in comparison to what it is in Omaha, no, it's not very cold, but it was not anywhere close to this cold last year. It was the lowest it got down to here was about 40, with every day getting into the mid 50s or to mid 60s, and most days were over 70 the entire time I was down here. So I don't have any of my cold weather outdoor gear with me. And it's very hard to stay warm without big, heavy stuff. I bought that hat, I bought some gloves, but I was just looking, there's a big rip up the arm of that blue coat, but I've had that blue coat for, I want to say 20 years now. If you go back and look when Cabela's first opened in Omaha, that will tell you when I bought that coat, because it was in their grand opening sale. I got that coat like 20 years ago for $15, and it's held up very well. It's been washed many times, and it keeps me plenty warm down to about 20 degrees if it's dry outside. So, the cold days in Omaha, that did quite well. I do have a heavy winter coat that I wear below 20 degrees, but it's not nearly this damp. The storms come in, you get 6 inches to a foot and a half of snow, but then it's gone again. So in the wintertime, it's not nearly as damp in Nebraska as it's been down here, and it really makes my joints hurt down here. So I need to figure something else out for what's going on. And John's about to break a 48-hour fast with a nice big juicy ribeye. Oh, that sounds really good. I like ribeyes. I really do. Yeah, and 48-hour fasts we were just talking about this on Ready Set Keto's live stream last night. They were talking about trying to do some more fasting and that kind of stuff. And I said, well, if you're one meal a day, like I am, a 48-hour fast is fairly easy, because one day you're just not going to be hungry. You forget to eat, you skip a meal. And if you leave your meal till the next day at the normal time, you'll be at about a 48-hour fast without even really trying on it. Skipping the second day is really hard. I did that one time, and I didn't much care for it. I mean, I made it through, and I'm sure there were some good benefits from it, but I'm not a big fan of long-term fasting. Maybe later, as I get deeper into this, because I haven't even been doing this a year yet. We're still 3 months shy of that, 3 months and 6 days or so shy of a year. So, maybe after I get the goal, things will be different. But for right now, I'm still in the 90% phase of what I've been doing. And, I've always said, just eat the meat, add the salt, and drink the water will get you 90% of where you want to be. all of the videos that other people out here have about tweaking this and tweaking that and counting macros and doing all that other stuff. I consider that all 10% problems. One, the 90%, just eat the meat, add the salt, drink the water, will get you 90% of where you want to be. Hey, we're up to 25 people in here. Wow, thanks, guys. I'm glad you're here. Just Jason Keto is in the chat. If you guys haven't seen it yet, he just put out an interview with a very entertaining person, me, yesterday. So after the live is over, you might want to run over there and check that out if you haven't seen it yet. If you can't find it, there is a link to it in my community tab on my homepage. So go check that out. Robert West is here. Hello, Bob and everyone. I'm glad you're here, Robert. Thanks for stopping by today. And I think it's pronounced Sana, but I don't remember exactly. I know Ready, Set, Keto had a talk about that last night, but Mrs. Perfectly Imperfect Keto is here. Happy Friday, everyone. Popping in for a little bit before heading to the store for a meat haul. Meat haul is always good, especially if there's a sale going on. I am looking. Wow, I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's a whole herd of geese going overhead, and the trailer's thin enough that I can hear it. But yeah, if I can't, that's one of the things I'm anxious to get back home for, to where I have my freezer, so I can buy more bulk meats, get bigger chunks of meat, cut it up into meals, and maybe eat a little bit better than I'm eating now for about the same money by going to Costco and buying big chunks of meat and cutting it up. Sherry is here. Hello, Sherry. Feels like 10 degrees in Lancaster, Ohio. Yep. For those that don't know where Lancaster, Ohio is, that's about halfway between Columbus, Ohio, which is the capital, and where I grew up in southeastern Ohio. A little town you've never heard of. I went to high school in Logan, Ohio, which is the next big town southeast on 33 from Lancaster. Lancaster is called the Glass City by truck drivers because they have a big Anchor Hocking glass plant there. At least they did the last time I was through. I haven't been through there in several years, so I don't know if the glass plant is still there or not. But welcome, Sherry. I'm glad you're here. Jackie is here from Jackie's Jinxed Journey. Evening, everyone. She'll be in and out. Got to figure out where I'm filming today. Yes, for those that don't know, Ready, Set, Keto has moved to Thursday, and Jackie has taken their time slot right after my stream. So I tend to end about a quarter after, and then she starts on the bottom of the hour. So you end up getting about 15 minutes to get a drink, use the restroom, get a snack, whatever. And then you can settle back in and watch Jackie. If you haven't seen the video that she put out today, she does a bikini try-on, swimsuit try-on. Some were too big that she couldn't fit into last year. Some are still a hair too small, but I found it very interesting. So you might want to go check that out if you get the chance. But it was a pretty good video. Let's see, where are we at here? Yep, I think she's saying hello to Jackie. John, didn't you fast for several days after you had the bout of food poisoning? Yeah, that was a little different. That wasn't actually a fast. That was just not feeling like eating. So yeah, I did have that extended fast. It was 3 or 4 days after the food poisoning. It might have even been 5. I don't remember exactly what, because I just did not feel like eating. But that was for a completely different reason. I was talking about just fasting to be fasting as opposed to, fasting because I was sick. But yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. And Paula has arrived. I'm not ashamed to say my 28-day fast is all about the weight this month. I'm feeling great and down 3 pounds in 3 days. Great. I don't think I could do that. I could probably stretch into 5 days if I tried, because I've done it before, as John pointed out, but that was because I was feeling sick from food poisoning. Um, I don't know that I could just say, okay, I'm going to fast for a week, or I'm going to fast for 2 or 3 weeks. I don't think I could do it. Maybe after I got past the third or fourth day, it would be different. I don't know. But I don't think I could do it. But more power to you, Paul. I hope it works out for you. And yes, Jason, I thought it was a very good conversation. Lots of good information there. And Tana McCarter says hi. Hi to you, Tana. I'm glad you're here. Let's see here. Yep. Lancaster's 30 miles south of Columbus. It takes a lot longer to get there now, because back when I grew up in southern Ohio, there were a few traffic lights going through Cincinnati, and then there was one traffic light at Canal Winchester, and it wasn't even a real traffic light. It was just a flashing light. And now, the last time I was through there, it's been, I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago. I went through there, and there were traffic lights pretty much all the way from Lancaster up into Columbus. So it takes much longer than it used to, because there's a lot of traffic lights. Although I believe the Lancaster bypass is finished, so you don't have to pound your way all the way through town anymore. I know the Nelsonville bypass is finished on down towards Athens, which is south of where I grew up. Mm-hmm. Yep, Jackie just uploaded a video this afternoon, bearing all innocence. Yes, indeed. Marilyn is here. Hello, Marilyn. I am glad you're here. Let's see here. Tom says, I eat 6-hour window with 36-hour fast every 4 days or so. 21 years on insulin, but been off about a month now. Still having high fasting glucose numbers. Well, just stick with it, Tom. I'm assuming that you've been working with your healthcare professional getting off insulin. And, even if you're off insulin, maybe add some other oral medication like metformin for a month or two until things normalize. I don't know, but I am assuming, because I'm not a doctor, but I'm assuming that you're working with your healthcare professional in getting off the insulin, which is great, by the way. Getting off insulin is a hard step in this journey, but I'm glad you're getting it done. No stranger to bearing it all in my before and after pics. Yeah, full belly on exposure. You're not going to see that from me, guys. I don't do that. And I was just having this conversation. I don't remember who it was with, but I think it was in it was during the premiere of the interview last night. I was talking with Crafty and Carnivore-ish, and I don't understand the whole shirtless thing. I don't think I've been outside without a shirt on since I was about 11 or 12 years old, because I know it doesn't look like it, but I grew up with very fair skin. I'm deeply tanned now because of years of working outside, both at the miniature golf course and driving a truck. My arms, as you can see, I'll stand up here just a little bit. I mean, my arms are super tan, but you can see it's all a farmer's tan from where my shirt line is. So I'm not really into getting burnt, so I don't go outside without a shirt on. What was that? She's been extending my fasting ready. Well, I hope you do good. And Anchor Hocking is still there in Lancaster. They used to have a little storefront where you could go in and buy stuff right out of the factory. I don't know if they still do that. Marilyn Phillips is here. Hello, Marilyn. Carnivore over a year now and feeling great like yourself. Have lived in Columbus, Ohio as a teen and now in North Carolina on the coast. Well, hello, neighbor. Just for the winter. I'm not right on the coast. I'm in extreme southeastern. I'm in about Seven Springs, which is roughly a half hour to the coast, maybe 45 minutes, and roughly a half hour, 45 minutes down to South Carolina. So I am in the extreme southeast. And she's doing a water only fast. Good luck. And there's Crafty and Carnivore. I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? Good afternoon, evening. Yes, depending on where you're at. I hope things are good in Texas today. Let's see here. That's a lot of people saying hi to Crafty. And he says, I can imagine refeeding would be important. I've done 5 days a couple times and refeeding was an issue. Spend time in the restroom frequently. I'm no expert on this because I don't do a lot of the long fastings, and I didn't really have a refeeding issue when I got done with that long fast because I had food poisoning. I was hungry, so I ate. Well, I did. I cooked up a big roast, and I just ate like 4 bites of it and then waited 20 minutes or so and then powered into the rest of it. Dr. Barry suggests that after an extended fast, you cook yourself 1 hamburger patty or 1 egg or a few strips of bacon, eat that, wait 20 minutes to a half hour just to give that little bit of food time to wake up your digestive system and then go to town. Many people don't have problems, but some people do. So if you're one of those people that have problems, like you go to the restroom frequently when you do the refeeding, you may try the eat a little bit and then add a little bit more. Hey, we're up to 40. If you're just now joining us, don't forget to say hi in the chat. I will get around to saying hi back to you. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm going to cover. It's 2 or 3 videos away yet, but we're going to get into some intermittent fasting and stuff in my February series. We're only 2 days into it because today's February the 3rd, and I don't do videos on Fridays because of the live stream. So tomorrow's video is the 3rd episode of the How to Carnivore series that I'm doing for February. Lived in Lancaster on Oak Street, and the town has really grown too much. Yeah, I don't really know that much about Lancaster, just what I see going through it. The things I remember about Lancaster is one of the first Godfather's pizzas that was not in Nebraska, which is where Godfather's originated, was there on the main road going through Lancaster, and we would sometimes stop there and get a pizza to take on home with us. I know Lancaster Glass, that Anchor Hocking was there, and there was a donut place called Jolly Pirate, and they had the best buttermilk haystacks that I'd ever found. So that's about what I know about Lancaster, but all I'm really familiar with from my years living down in Southern Ohio is Route 33 going through Lancaster. I've known people that lived in Lancaster, but I've never actually spent any time in Lancaster, just going through it on my way to Columbus. Yes, the doctor has you on metformin and glipizide. Thanks. Okay. As long as you are taking care of it and you and your doctor are working together, I am 100%. And congratulations on not having to take insulin anymore. That's definitely worth a high five and a fist bump. Good job, Tom. And she says, limited Route 33 is now limited access bypass now around Lancaster, 1 light at Pickerington Road. Otherwise, no lights to Columbus, Bexley. And Bexley is actually where I was born, by the way. Just as a side note, I was born at Riverside Hospital, which at the time was called White Cross Hospital. But now it's known as Riverside. And JR has joined us. Sorry I'm late. Good to see you. Okay, JR, you're late. There's no punishment for that. I'm glad you're here. Practice medicine for 50 years. I know what I'm doing with fasting. Excellent. Jackie says, you watch Dr. Barry and don't go out shirtless? No, I don't. Because I'm much lighter skinned than even he is. And, if I was at home And well, if I was at home on the old farmstead back in southern Ohio, where there were no neighbors when the trees were up, I would probably be comfortable going outside. But no, I don't go out shirtless. My arms and my bald head and wearing shorts gives my skin plenty of exposure for soaking up vitamin D. I don't need to go outside without a shirt on. So makes you less able to burn. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's right about that. I'm sure you're right about that. I still have no desire to go outside without a shirt on. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't understand people that there's all these people out there that they're really proud of their muscles and they like to present videos in a muscle shirt or shirtless. I just don't get it. Sorry, I don't. Scott is here. Hello, Scott. What's the easiest way to get out of the mindset that you have to count calories and track your macros? The easiest way to get out of that mindset is actually watch tomorrow's video. But basically, for 2 weeks, just eat. If you're hungry, eat something. Make sure it's all, the proper fat ratio. You don't have to count. If you got a chunk of meat and you're looking at, say, a ribeye or a T-bone steak, if about an eighth of the steak is fat, that's about a 1-to-1. So if you got a little bit more fat, that's good. And just eat and eat for 2 weeks. And that will train you to just eat and not worry about it. I've never counted anything. I hate tracking. I used to track for all those crazy diets that I've tried over the last 40 years. I used to track a lot of stuff, but I have never tracked a thing on this. I did one time just to make sure I was eating enough. I just did a rough calculation of what I had eaten for the last 3 days, and I'm definitely eating enough because I'm getting somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 calories a day. Some days it even goes over that. Up to 46. Awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're here. If you have questions, don't forget to put them in the comments over there, and I will get to them because we still have a little more than a half hour left. I will get to whatever questions show up. But yeah, it's hard. This is one of those hard things because we have been taught from the time we were little kids, oh, don't eat that much, you're going to get fat. The way what everybody knew as fact before they realized that the information was wrong. The best way to lose weight, obviously, was to eat less and move more. Everybody knew that as fact. Now we know that that's not fact. In fact, it's fiction. And Dr. Jason Fung has some of the best videos on this, talking about he and Ben Bickman, Dr. Ben Bickman. Dr. Bickman is a PhD researcher, not a medical doctor. But they have some very good videos on this that they have very, very good. It's not, you can't call it research because it was not done, in a controlled, randomized way, but everything that they've seen shows that as you reduce your calories, if you do the reduction in calories for, even just a couple of weeks, your metabolism will slow down. So if you eat a lot, your metabolism will speed up. So, now they're not huge amounts, but, basically if you were eating 2,000 calories and you cut it back to 1,600 calories, your basal metabolism rate, which is your base rate, it will adjust down to where it thinks 1,600 is what you're going to take in. So 1,600 is what you're going to burn in a day, just not burn, oxidize, use in a day at the resting state. So other than that, the easiest way to get out of the mindset for counting and tracking is just don't do it. And and eat and eat and eat and see what happens. Hopefully that helps, Scott. If not, there, like I said, there's plenty of support out there. Stop by my Facebook group. It's absolutely free. There's lots of smart people in my chat that I haven't scrolled down in a while. Perhaps they're giving you some suggestions as well. I'm looking younger. Okay, if you say so, I'll agree with you. I'm in Wilmington, so we are neighbors. I don't know where Wilmington is. I'll have to look at a map. I know where Goldsboro is. I know where Raleigh-Durham is, and that's about it. Because I just basically follow Google into here. And even when I go into town, well, I know where stuff is in Mount Olive. I go in there to the grocery store. And I go into Goldsboro to the laundromat. But other than that, I don't know where a lot of stuff is. I know where the state park is that I go to. But hello, neighbor. Burning ears. And it's sunny today, no more rain. I'm glad it finally cleared up over there. And off she goes to the store. I hope you have a good meat haul. I'm a little behind here, so she's probably already left. Let's see here. And Twin Brooks Acres has rode. Hello, healthy people. I'm glad you're here. I saw you last night in the preview of that video. I'm glad you are here. I hope the weather where you're at is very good. Certainly better than here. Bonnie, hello from Michigan. Love the new series that you're doing. Hello, Bonnie. Yep, you're from that state up north. Big time Ohio State fan here, so I can't actually say the M word. Well, it's not Michigan week, so I suppose I can say it. But I'm glad you're here. I really am. Let's see here. Getting the right amount of phosphorus is critical in refeeding. Yep, Godfather's Jolly Pirate were frequent haunts. See, Paula knows what I'm talking about there. And just saying good luck with your fast. Let's see here. Oh, DY. Hello, Deb. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining the chat. Looks like some people have come and gone, but that's okay. We're still having our live stream here. We got a little bit less than a half hour to go. But I'm glad you're here, Deb. Rosalind Marks, happy Friday, Bob. Happy Friday to you, too. If you're somewhere other than North Carolina, let me know how the weather's been where you're at. I mean, has it been cold and rainy like here, or have you gotten snow? Whatever else is going on. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on around the church this weekend. As I was talking about earlier, it's tomorrow is the start of 4 days of missions conference. So there's going to be a lot of activity around the church, but I do have my times blocked out for when I can get walks in and videos made. So hopefully everything works out okay. Let's see here. And that's people saying hello to Crafty. See, everybody says hello to Crafty when they come in. And there's Robin from Simple Foods, Simple Life. Hello, Robin. I'm glad you're here today. Hi, Bob. I live across the street from an old guy who's outside without a shirt from early spring through fall. Ugh. I refer to summer as old man walking around without a shirt season. Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, I understand people are trying to get some vitamin D, or they just think they're super sexy or whatever. I don't get it. Let's see what we got going on here. Jackie says, that's why I track a couple days a month to make sure I'm not eating too low. At minimum, I want 1,600. Yes, absolutely. And see, there's another personal testimony for you. I'm sorry, I don't remember who asked that question. I'm terrible with names and remembering things, but there she is. She's under 5'3" and losing weight. Calories are a lie because she between 2,500 and 3,500, just like her. And if you go to her channel and look at her before and after pictures, amazing, absolutely amazing. She still has a ways to go, just like I do, but the difference between where she was and where she is now is the difference between night and day. And yes, Sherry, I am with you on that. Why We Get Sick by Ben Bickman. I believe I have that listed in the books I recommend down below this video, but perhaps not. I don't remember. As I remember to put stuff in, I put it in. I know Lies My Doctor Told Me is in there, and the new uh, Brain Energy by the psychiatrist guy is down there, and Carnivore Code and some of Jason Fung's books. I may not actually have that one listed. I'm going to have to get that listed because I do have that book and I'm about halfway through it. I alternate between all the books. The only one I've read from cover to cover straight through twice is Dr. Barry's Lies My Doctor Told Me. Let's see here. And she, Crafting Carnivore, is listening but getting some stuff done. I understand. That's why I try to keep the dialogue going and not do a lot of visuals on my videos, because I know a lot of people, they listen to the live stream, they even just listen to my videos. Many people do their daily walks while they're playing my video, so that's good. Let's see here. Kay says, about a year into my keto journey, I started eating more keto snacks. Haven't lost weight for a while. Snacks added too many calories. My type 2D is very low due to carnivore. Yeah, and I'm going to have one of my February videos is going to be all about snacking and what causes it. But the main gist of it is, I believe snacking is primarily a result of not eating enough on your meals. So we'll talk about that. I don't know exactly. I don't have the entire schedule planned out yet. I'm sort of making it up as I go. I have a list of topics, and the day before I sort of look over my notes to see what makes more sense to go in next. Like tomorrow's video is, okay, you've done the getting rid of all the junk out of your pantry. You've done the deciding what your carnivore diet is probably going to look like, and you've done the transitioning. Now it's actually week 1 of your carnivore diet, and that's what's coming out tomorrow. And I talk a little bit about snacks, but I am planning on adding more about snacks later in the series as well. But I'm glad your type 2 diabetes is very low due to carnivore. For those that are new to the channel, don't know, my type 2 diabetes is completely gone. When I was first diagnosed, my A1C was 10.3, and at last check, it was 4.8, which is absolutely not diabetic. Oh no, Tom is a Michigander also. I'm very sorry, but I am glad you're here, Tom. And Jackie just broke her dry fast with some water. Okay. Jolly Pirate's been gone for years. Walgreens on the corner now. Isn't that the case? Isn't there a Walgreens on pretty much every corner? And then catty corner across the way from Walgreens is CVS. They're just like everybody. We hit 50 there for a minute, and then somebody bailed back out again. But yeah, Paula had a wonderful idea, and I've been meaning to talk about this. But February the 25th, as most of you know, I'm having a little get-together here in Seven Springs. I know of 2 people that are coming. If you're planning on coming, let me know so I can make sure I have a little bit of food for everybody to eat. But we're going to meet here. It's not a big deal. We're going to meet here about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I haven't decided exactly when, but we're going to go over to the park. We're going to take a short hike together. Then we're going to come back here and we're going to eat some food. But Paula had a wonderful idea. We're going to make February 25th a Walk with Bob Day. So everybody, make sure you plan on getting out and walking some on February the 25th. You don't have to do it at any specific time. Just plan on doing some walking on February the 25th. Even if your idea of walking is starting at the front of your house and walking through the house to the back room and then coming back to the front room again, because that's all the farther you can get. Just make sure you can try and get some walking in on February the 25th. And maybe I'll even put up a little post on the community tab where everybody can post how far they walked. Maybe we can get a total channel mileage thing going, just to see. Not a challenge, just a see where we're at as a group. And Tana says, enjoying this so much. This is my first time in participating in a live stream. Unfortunately, I have to go do farm chores before dark. Cows are calling. I'm glad you were here. Hopefully you're still here or haven't bailed out. But if you have, maybe you'll watch the repeat of this. If you have cows, you're in a great place. You and me got to hook up. You got to sell me a part of a cow. Absolutely. And let's see here. No, February the 25th. So that's still 1, 2, 3 weeks away from tomorrow. Hopefully the weather is warmed up enough by then. It's going to be February the 25th. But yes, thanks for asking that, Allison, because some people did not know. And thanks so much for all your info and encouragement. Thank you for being here in the channel and being an encouragement to me, because all you guys watching are what keeps me going. Let's see here. Bert says, people over 40 should definitely keep their clothes on in public. I agree, Bert. Absolutely 100%. Now, for the purpose of what Jackie did today in her video, I have no idea if she's over 40 or not. I don't think she is. I think she's probably in her late 20s, early 30s. But there was a definite purpose behind what she was doing. So that's, things like that are acceptable. And if I have any significant results from the exercising that I'm doing, I will probably pull my sleeve up and show a muscle off if I get one. And I may even lift just the bottom of my shirt if you can actually see abs. But I don't think I'm a long way from that yet. But I'm certainly not going to stand there in front of the camera without my shirt on and go, yeah, look at me. That's not me. And people over 40 just shouldn't do that. I agree, Bert. And Paula agrees with Bert as well. Goats will start freshening in late March. Okay. And she's saying hello to Jackie. And Jim ate your bacon. Darn him for being on BBBE with me. We fight over the bacon. You know how to stop that from happening? Make more bacon. Buy it 5 or 6 pounds at a time and just make it all up, leave it in the fridge. That way, because nobody can eat that much bacon in one sitting. You'll get full because there's a lot of fat in bacon. As you know, one of my favorite memes that says bacon is very fatty and very salty. So am I, bacon. So am I, fat and salty. Okay. Must be talking about the goats. Yep, she walks too. And bacon is worth fighting for. Absolutely right. Or just make so much that you don't have to fight for it. Have I had a lot to miss? How about you? I don't know what that is, but I'm glad you two are having a conversation. Alpines. That must be some kind of goat or a sheep or a cow or something. I don't know. Metabolical by Dr. Robert Lustig. Okay. I have not listened to much of his stuff. Maybe I'll check that out. And she's listed a link to my Facebook group. Thank you very much. Hello from Spain. I'm glad you made it to a live. Hello, Sin Spain. I'm glad you are here. I hope the weather over there is much better than it's been over here, because it's been just miserable over here for a while. But hopefully, it's supposed to, after it gets cold tonight, it's supposed to start warming up through the week. So that'll be good. We're over 50 now, 51. I'm glad everybody's here. Just to recap a couple of things, if you're just joining us, there's going to be a group walk on February the 25th. I have a Facebook group that's absolutely free. Don't forget to go check that out. Um, don't forget to, do all the YouTube things, like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. All that's absolutely free. And let's see here. And everybody is asking about the weather over in Spain. Walgreens, Rite Aid. Oh, I forgot about Rite Aid. The three big pharmacies growing like crazy. Yeah. Um, there's a lot of pharmacies out there because there's a lot of people using drugs these days. Um, I forget exactly what the number was. I was listening. There's a really good, it came out a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now. There's a really good conversation between Dr. Chafee and Dr. Mason. Worth your time to go check that out. Um, they talked for about an hour and a half, I think it was. It was a really long one, but there's a lot of really good information, and I forget what the numbers were, but um, it was a really big number. Percentage of our costs for healthcare in this country go to treating symptoms after people have gotten sick, as opposed to trying to actually make them better or well. We are really big on treating symptoms, but not so big on treating the problems. You guys remember I bumped my head the other day, and I've been bumping it quite a bit. Right there. I got some padding up there on the door, so I don't bump my head anymore. Or if I do, it's nice thick padding. I have an extra piece of it over here, so I can show you how thick that stuff is. And it's nice and firm, but still soft, so it should at least keep me from banging my head so hard that I bleed like I did the other day. Yes, walking together. Now, what do we got here? And then have a hamburger afterwards. Yes, because I'm planning, unless there's only just those two people coming, and still probably so, I'm just going to have basically a sleeve of hamburgers that are pre-made to either throw on a grill or just throw on the pan in the kitchen. And we'll all stand around and eat some hamburger patties, because I certainly don't want to send everybody home hungry, even though the two people that are coming that I know of only have 45-minute to an hour and 15-minute drive to get here. They're all fairly close. So if you're another one that's fairly close, like I said, I wouldn't drive very far for this, because it's just going to, get together, go hike together, and then have a little bit of food. But if you want to come, I'm in Seven Springs, North Carolina. Shoot me an email. Let's see here. Yeah, shoot me an email to let me know you're coming, so that I can get that, so that I can make sure I have enough hamburgers for everybody. Yeah, everybody seems to like that. Let's see what we got here. The 25th is our Ohio meetup. We'll try to walk right after that if the weather is okay. Yeah. Or you can take the entire Ohio meetup just down to the corner and back, and tell everybody that you have to go walk with Bob, and everybody's coming with you. Just go outside, walk around the building one time, and then go back into the meetup. But I certainly hope that goes well and everybody has a good time. Here, cold and dark. It's midnight. During the day, quite lovely here in the south. That's right, because Spain is in the south of Spain. And yeah, I knew it was about midnight there. Angie. Hello, Angie. Well, my grandpa was always in a Speedo, and he loved being the sun, but he was extremely tan. Yeah, I don't even own a Speedo, and I never will. I wear board shorts when I go to the swimming pool, and I actually wear, it's called a rash guard. It's basically a t-shirt designed to go into the water, as water resistant. I don't even go shirtless in a swimming pool. I just don't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Salad Boy making video cutting into meat with his shirt off. Yeah, and I'm not going to make any comments on people's appearance, because that would be wrong and YouTube would not like that. I just, for people that enjoy putting fruit and honey in their diet, I invite you to go back and look at some of his earlier videos from just a couple of years ago and look at him today, and you can make your own assessment of how healthy those things that he's added to his diet are. I'm not just walking around, I'm assuming that's supposed to say naked. But if I'm going to the beach or the lake, I'm going to wear a swimsuit. And nope, not 40. Just because you're over 40 doesn't mean you should stop living. No, it doesn't. But I'm assuming you wear a cover up between the house and the beach, and you take the cover up off when you get to the beach. I've just never been big. And like I said, I showed you the tan line on my shirt. My chest is even whiter than that. Even though Carnivore is supposed to make you not burn as well, um, we went to Virginia Beach when I was a kid. We were planning on, it was a whole family trip. We were planning on going to Virginia Beach and staying there for 3 days, and then going up to Washington, D.C. and staying there for 3 days. We only spent one day at Virginia Beach because in just a couple of hours out on the beach, everybody in the family got horribly burned. So we didn't want to go back to the beach. So we went on up the road, which was just fine with me. The burn didn't really hurt that bad, but I was excited to spend more time in Washington, D.C. We spent one day going around and seeing the sights. And then even though I want to say sixth grade or so, I had mom just drop me off at the Smithsonian every day. And I spent 5 days going through things at the Smithsonian, primarily in the Air and Space Museum, because obviously that's where all sixth and seventh grade boys like to be, the Air and Space Museum. Yeah, and I've heard that I haven't had my air fryer down here. I got a new one. It's actually sitting at home waiting on me to get there, and I'm looking forward to trying that. But a lot of people have had really good success with doing meat from frozen into the air fryer, and I'm looking forward to experimenting with some of that when I get home. They're nice enough to let me use the kitchen here at the church. I think it would be pushing it a little bit and rude to, like buy an air fryer and set it up in there or anything else. I don't need to do any of that stuff here, but you'll have to let us know how that goes for you. But yeah, frozen steaks into an air fryer looks like the way to go. We went through 11 pounds in a week. Yeah, I feel the same way. Speedos. I'm talking about these shirtless dudes on thumbnails. It's cringe, but I understand. Yes. And let's face it, girls that are shirtless aren't actually shirtless because they have, a swim top or a bra or whatever on, even if it's just a sports bra, they are covered. And I think society is a little more accepting of that. If you're my age or older, it's just shirtless, and even girls not wearing shirts is a little on the cringy side. But I know I'm very old and very old fashioned. You'll have to forgive me for that. He just finished his book. What an eye opener! Yeah, cringy. Is that the correct spelling of cringy? Sort of like it's carnivore-ish. I agree. We're all doing this live, live a better, more active life. No one is saying otherwise. Absolutely, yes, indeed. Oh, Craig is here. I'm sad YouTube did not send me a Eating Bob reminder. Sorry about that, Craig. If you've got a cell phone that has weekly alarms on it, go ahead and set your alarm now because Friday is forfeiting. I did one earlier, but it seems like most of the people that are overseas can't make it at any of the times that I have tried. So I'm just going to keep doing the 4:15 Central, 5:15 Eastern thing. So set your alarm to go off every week at a little bit after 5 Eastern, and that can be your reminder. Because I did ask earlier, and people were saying they are getting the notifications. So the only thing I'd say is make sure when under the subscribe button, make sure you've got the bell thing turned on to all. And other than that, I don't know what to tell you because I've looked and looked, and there's no setting for me to change to make sure those go out to people. But I'm glad you're here, Craig. I am glad you're here. Let's see here. Yes, send some sunshine this way. It was actually got sunny out for the last couple hours of the day here, but of course I can already tell my heater just kicked on, and it's only 6 o'clock, a little bit after 6 o'clock in the evening here. The heater in my trailer just kicked on, which means it's already the temperature's already dropping outside because it is supposed to get down to about 20 tonight. And I would tell you what the temperature is right now, but after that phone ringing incident on the first and second live stream, I put my phone in airplane mode so it will not ring during this. I received a notice that Dr. Barry's going live at 5. Oh, did he do that tonight? Yay. 11 pounds of bacon. Yes, indeed. 11 pounds of bacon. That's still obviously not quite enough. What do we got here? Rosalind. I'm in Pearland, Texas, outskirts of Houston. First sunny day in about a week. Made it to 59 today. Yes, I'm glad it's starting to warm up around the country. Hopefully it will do that over most of the country, starting to warm up here. Because I know in the official place that the groundhog saw his shadow, and that means he's supposed to get scared back into his home. There's 6 more weeks of winter, but he did not see his shadow here in North Carolina, so I'm hoping that spring is just around the corner. And the fact that starting yesterday I heard geese honking overhead, something's going on, so hopefully things are going to start to warm up very soon. I understand, 14-hour drive from Madison, Wisconsin to get together. Sorry, Bob, can't do it. I would not expect you to drive 14 hours, but hopefully over the summer I can get something organized. And if you happen to be traveling somewhere west, and that puts you in range of Omaha, be sure and let me know because I can work around a lot of that stuff. I am planning on having a meetup in Omaha sometime this summer. Don't know exactly when it's going to be, or probably just going to be a meet somewhere and hike kind of deal, and then maybe go to a steakhouse or have hamburgers back at my place or something. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that, but that's summertime coming. Maybe we'll go play miniature golf. We'll have a little hike and then go play miniature golf because I know Dave has a grill at the course, and we can talk him into grilling burgers for us because he already has one group that comes in one Wednesday a month. It's a challenged group, but they come in and Dave goes out and grills up hot dogs for them because they come in and play 2 games. It's really a great time. So I think I just decided what we're going to do. We're going to meet somewhere and have a hike, probably go up to Big Bear Lake because that's on the north end of town, and the miniature golf course is on the north end of town. We now have a plan. Now we just need to pick a date. Let's see here. Yep, Twin Brook Acres is minus 15 in New Hampshire. Yeah, that's why I'm down here in the south. Let's see here. Yep, Ohio Meetup is the 25th. Let me see what else I need to cover because we're coming up on a couple of minutes to go here. Having a surprise live called Gloves Off. Lol, I'll have to go back and watch the replay of that. Because as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go in and cook my stew meat. And I'm planning on recording it to show people what I do to make stew meat come out tasting really yummy. Made a pork butt shoulder roast in the crock pot for dinner, sliced up egg like wraps and noodles. Yummy. That sounds good. Let me see if I've missed any questions here. Since Maine made beef ribs in my air fryer earlier, crispy on the outside, juicy inside, lovely. My air fryer has become an important part of being carnivore for me, and I expect the same thing to happen to me when I get home to Omaha. Last minute questions going once. Last minute questions going twice. Let's see here. Bob walks. What time is it, Bob? I think it's probably going to be about 10 o'clock in the morning. But I will let you know for sure as I get a hold of the two people that are definitely coming and we set a time to get together. I'm assuming it's going to be sometime between 9:30 and 10. I'm certainly not going to go live, but I will try to record a little bit of it. And if both people that are coming are willing, do just a quick 3 or 4 minute hi, how are you kind of interview with each of them that come and post that up as an extra video. Or I may just save it for the March 1st video after we get through the February stuff. But I will let everybody know as we get those plans more set in stone. It's still 3 weeks and a day away. But everybody, don't forget, get out there, be 1% better today. Have a great day, everyone. I will see you tomorrow.